On Unit 3. What's the title for Unit 3? Yes, what's the title? Getting Together is the title for Module 1. The title for Unit 3, Munir.
Meeting places.
Meeting places, yes. Where do you usually meet your friend? Abdullah Mustafa.
In the park or in
The park.
mall.
Yes, yes, in the shopping mall. Abdurrahman Muhammad. Yes,
And coffee shops.
at the cafe or coffee house, coffee shop. Muhammad Majdi.
كنت أقول coffee shops.
Okay, very good. Today we are going to start reading. You are going to learn some new information about coffee, the history of coffee, and some interesting facts. So on page 24, 25.
هو الرجال بتاخد ولا لسه يا استاذ؟
Turn off your mic, please, Abdullah. Okay. Turn, Ibrahim, okay. Where do people meet in Kuwait? As we mentioned, these are some of the meeting places, in diwaniyas, coffee shops, resorts or parks, seas, shopping malls. These are some of the meeting places. Now you are going to read a fact file about history, the history of coffee. Okay? Read this fact file and answer the questions. Here, in the year 1000, the Gala people in Ethiopia ate coffee beans for energy. Second one, in 1000, the Arab traders imported coffee. They boiled the beans to make qahwa. Coffee arrived in Istanbul, in the capital of Turkey. The first coffee house opened in London. The Dutch people from Holland took coffee to Ceylon and Java. These are some islands in Asia. In 1901, the first instant coffee was made. So 1903, decaffeinated coffee was invented. The espresso coffee machine was invented in Italy. The first big chain of coffee shops opened. Did you know any of the facts mentioned in the fact file before? Which one did you know before? Abdullah Mustafa, did you know any of the facts mentioned in the fact file?
Yes, teacher.
Which one?
Before the last. The espresso.
Yes. Where was the espresso coffee machine invented?
In Italy.
Thank you. All right. Which fact in the fact file impressed you the most? Which one was interesting, was exciting? Which fact file or which fact was impressed you the most? It was interesting and exciting. Mina.
The first coffee house opened in London.
The first coffee house opened in London. When was the first coffee house opened in London?
In 1652.
In
1652.
52. Yes, thank you. What about Ilari?
The Gala people in Ethiopia ate coffee beans for energy.
Yes, this was interesting because these tribes from Ethiopia, they ate coffee beans to get energy. They help them to stay active and awake. Okay, now you are going to read the fact file again and the article. Which facts in the fact file are mentioned in the article on page 25? Which one are mentioned? You are going to read the article as quickly as possible to find which facts are mentioned in the fact file and in the article on page 25. Abdul Mustafa?
نسيت انزل ايدي بس.
Okay. The Gala people in Ethiopia ate coffee beans for energy. The first coffee house opened in London. Okay, let's learn the new vocabulary. Cardamom, cardamom. Arabs add cardamom to coffee. What's cardamom? The aromatic seeds of a plant of the ginger family used as a spice and also medicinally. Look at the photo. These are seeds called cardamom. Cardamom. Hospitality. Hospitality, the act of being friendly and welcoming the guests and visitors. Arabs are famous for hospitality and generosity. Hospitality and generosity, welcoming the guests and visitors, being friendly. Refill, refill, to fill again. Refill. Import. Arab traders imported coffee from Ethiopia. They imported coffee from Ethiopia. Import. To bring goods or services into a country from abroad or for sale. Kuwait imports many goods from China, Japan, and they export oil and natural gas. So the opposite of import, export. Instant, instant. Happening or done immediately, quickly. Satoru Kato, Japanese American chemist, created instant coffee in 1901. Instant coffee, quick coffee, happening or done immediately, very quickly, instant. Decaffeinated, decaffeinated. Then decaffeinated coffee was made in 1903. Decaffeinated coffee beans are notoriously difficult to roast. It was famous to be difficult to roast. Decaffeinated, decaffeinated, not containing caffeine. Decaffeinated coffee doesn't contain caffeine. Espresso, espresso. Then espresso coffee machine was invented in Italy. Espresso is a strong black coffee. So the espresso coffee machine was invented in Italy. Espresso means a strong black coffee. Immediate, immediate means instant, immediate. Occurring or accomplished without delay, instant, done very quickly, immediate. Cordially, cordially. Coffee houses were calm places. They were quiet places where, missing H, where people talked cordially to each other. How did people talk to each other? Cordially, cordially, warmly, friendly, cordially, warmly, friendly. So in coffee houses in the past, people used to talk cordially to each other in a warm way, in a friendly way. What is the football player doing? He's quarreling, quarrel, quarrel, an angry argument or disagreement, typically between people who are usually on good terms. Quarrel, fight, argue. It's a noun. Fragrance. The coffee has a distinctive fragrance. Distinctive. Distinctive characteristics of one person or thing, and so serving to distinguish it from others. Distinctive means outstanding, means unique, means unrivaled. So distinctive means being unique, being unrivaled, outstanding. The coffee has a distinctive fragrance. Fragrance. Fragrance means a pleasant, sweet smell. Fragrance. It has a nice smell. Bill. Bill. Bill is a kind of medicine, a small, round mass of solid medicine to be swallowed. You should take these pills or these pills every day, twice a day. Pills, a kind of medicine which is round, but another kind of medicine is called tablet, capsules, syrup, or drink. Pill. Socialize, socialize, to mix socially with others, socialize, to talk, to chat. Now you are going to read the article about the history of coffee houses. As you read, find the answer to these questions. Please read the text as quickly as possible to answer the question. The first question: who opened the first coffee house in London? You have to mention the name. Who opened the first coffee house in London? So we know that the first coffee house was opened in London. Who opened it? B. What kind of people went to coffee houses at first in the past? What kind of people went to coffee houses at first? You have to mention the people or their jobs. Then, how many paragraphs are you going to read? How many paragraphs? Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it all 5 paragraphs? Now, yes? Read the paragraph, the article, or about the history of coffee houses and answer this question. I'll give you 3 minutes to read or 4 minutes to read to find these questions, answer these questions. Okay. Abdurrahman Muhammad Atif, who opened the first coffee house in London?
Pastrawa Rossi, who
Yes.
opened the
Yes, very
first
good.
coffee house in London.
Pasqua Rosie. Pasqua Rosie, yes, opened the first coffee house in London. Thank you. Mahmoud, what kind of people, Mahmoud Muhammad, what kind of people went to coffee houses at first?
Businessmen, writers, uh, businessmen, writers, uh, poli- police,
Politicians.
politicians,
Politicians.
and scientists.
Yes, these are the people, kind of people who went to coffee houses at first. So the right answer, business, writers, politicians, and scientists went to coffee houses at first. Very good. Now, who would like to read the first paragraph? Mina, would you like to read?
Yes, teacher.
I'm listening to you.
Where do business people go these days to find out the latest business news or to keep up to date with scientific developments? The answer is simple. They log on to the internet. 300 years ago, the answer was just as simple. They went to a coffee house. There, for the price of a cup of coffee, people could read newspapers, catch up on the latest news, could read news, listen to scientific lectures, do
Do
businesses,
business?
or
Yes?
simply chat about the state of the world.
Excellent, Mina. Thank you. Now, who can answer my question? What could people do at coffee houses in the past? What could people do at coffee houses in the past? Ahmed Mahmoud. Muhammad Majdi.
That they can read the newspapers
Yes, they could read. They could read the newspapers. Yes,
and
go on.
catch the latest news
Listen to scientific lectures. Do
and
business.
do businesses.
Yes, or a chat about the state of the world. Thank you. Okay, who would like to read the second paragraph? Ilari.
Yes, teacher. The European coffee houses of the early 1650s were mainly for businessmen, writers, politicians, and scientists. Like today's websites, coffee houses were exciting places to be, but you could never be sure that that information you found there was accurate. In the 15 early days, only men went to coffee houses because people thought that coffee was bad for women's health.
Thank you. Answer my question. Why did only men go to coffee houses? Why did only men go to coffee houses in the past? Ayub,
Because back then they thought that coffee was bad for the woman's health.
very good. Yes, because they thought that coffee was bad for women's health. Thank you. Who would like to read the second paragraph? Third paragraph. Third one. Muhammad Majdi, yes.
Coffee itself was first grown in Ethiopia, where people crowd the beans,
Chewed the beans.
chewed the beans. From there, it spread to Arab countries, where it soon becomes very popular as a drink. People like it because it had interesting taste, and gave them more energy when they
When they felt sleepy.
felt
Very good.
sleepy.
Yes. Thank you. Let's answer my question here. Why did the Arab people like coffee as a drink? Why did coffee become a popular drink in the Arab world? Munir.
Because it had an interesting taste and gave them more energy when they felt
Very
sleepy.
good. Sleepy. Sleepy. Yes. Thank you. Now, who would like to read the fourth paragraph? The fourth paragraph. يوسف علاء. يوسف علاء. يوسف ياسر. يوسف محمد كامل. يوسف صلاح.
ايوه استاذ.
Yes يوسف. read.
صورة مش باينة والله، كلام صغير وداخل في بعض.
You can open your student's book.
كتب ستودنت بوك وورك بوك لسه ما استلمتهمش. والله
يوسف
كل
حمدي.
الكتب اللي
Yes.
هما الاثنين.
يوسف حمدي.
Yes, teacher. The first coffee house in London was opened in 1652 by Pasquarossi, who was from
Smyrna
in
Turkey.
In Turkey. Coffee was an immediate success, and large numbers of coffee houses opened. They become the center of social life in London.
Thank you. Next, who would like to read? Ahmed Mahmoud. Yes.
Yes. Teacher.
Yes. Ahmed Mahmoud. The servants, line 29.
29. The servants of important men went from one coffee house to another and passed on the latest news stories about what politicians were doing or what was happening on the other side of the world. London coffee houses were very pleasant places with their bookshelves, mirrors, pictures on walls, and good furniture. They were calm places where people talked cordially to each other. If anyone started a quarrel, he had to buy a cup of coffee for everyone in the coffee house. During the next 100 years, coffee spread to other Western Europe countries, European countries, where at first people drank it as a medicine.
Thank you very much. All right. Who would like to complete? Soon. Next, Abdullah Mustafa. Yes, Falaki.
Soon it became a social drink just as in Arab countries. It became a social drink just as in Arab countries and Britain. In Kuwait, serving and drinking coffee have been at the heart of the country's famous hospitality. For centuries in Kuwait, Diwaniyah is a place where conversations, discussions, and transactions are made over a cup of delicious Kuwait coffee. Just a guest's coffee cup is never empty in a Kuwait home. Only when the guest tips the empty cup from side to side does the host stop refilling it with hot black coffee. The beans are ground with
cardamom seeds,
which gives the coffee
A
distinctive
distinctive fragrance.
fragrance. Coffee is still central to the ways people work, relax, and social in Kuwait and across the world.
Very good. Thank you very much. Here, thank you, Abdullah. Ground here is the past participle for grind. The beans are ground with cardamom seeds. Why are coffee beans ground with cardamom seeds? Munir.
It gives the coffee a distinctive fragrance.
Fragrance, a nice
Fragrance.
smell. Yes, a distinctive fragrance. Thank you very much. Now, you are going to read the article again. Are these statements true or false? طبعا احنا قرأنا الفقرة يا شباب مرة أو اثنين. عايزك دلوقتي read the sentence here. Are they true or false? Justify your answer. A. People first drank coffee in Ethiopia. Is that true or false? Justify your answer. محمد مجدي.
No.
No.
False.
Correct it. Can you correct it?
People eat coffee.
People ate, yes, ate coffee beans for energy. Yes, in Ethiopia. So the right answer, coffee was first grown in Ethiopia. So the right answer, coffee was first grown in Ethiopia and the coffee beans were eaten for energy. Okay, B. Coffee became popular in Arab countries because it helped people to sleep. Is that true or false? Yusuf Sami?
False.
Correct it.
Arabs like coffee because it had an interesting taste and gave them more energy
Yes,
when
very
they
good.
left sleep.
When they felt sleepy. Yes, very good. So it's false. Arabs like coffee because it has an interesting taste and it has a nice smell, and they drink it or they drank it when they felt sleepy. Good. Coffee was first brought to England by someone from Turkey. Is that true or false? Muhammad.
True.
True. Yes, it's true. Coffee is an insignificant part of Kuwaiti hospitality. Coffee is an insignificant. Insignificant is the opposite. It means it's unimportant part of Kuwaiti hospitality. Is that true or false? Amr Mahmoud.
False, sir.
False. It. Correct it.
Coffee is a central part of Kuwaiti hospitality.
Hospitality. Yes, very good. Thank you. So it's false. Coffee is a central part of Kuwaiti hospitality. E. There were frequent arguments and fights in London's coffee houses. True or false? There were fights and arguments in London coffee houses? Ilari.
False. They were calm places where people talked cordially to each other.
Yes, very good. And if someone started a quarrel, he had to pay for the whole people for a cup of coffee. So it's false. They were calm places. And if in Europe people use coffee as a medicine before it was a drink, is that true or false? Munir.
True.
True. It's true. Very good. Now, you've got here some words. These words are mentioned in the article, but they may seem difficult. I want you to match these words with the correct meanings by writing numbers from 1 to 6. Accurate is an adjective. What does it mean? Chew is a verb. What does it mean? Furniture is a noun. Lecture is a noun. Medicine is a noun. Spread is a verb. Match the words with their meanings. Accurate. Muhammad Majdi, what does accurate mean?
4. Correct or truthful.
Correct. Truthful. Exact. Yes. Chill. What does it mean? Chill. Ahmed Said.
Break up food in your mouth before you swallow it. 6.
Very good. Yes. So you should chew your food well before you swallow it. Chew the food. Good. Furniture. Furniture. Mina.
Chairs and tables are examples for this. 5.
Yes, these are some examples. Chairs and tables. Very good. Lecture. You can listen to a lecture. What's a lecture? Ahmed Mahmoud. Ahmed Mahmoud.
Number 1, educational talk about a particular subject.
Yes, very good. It's like a lesson, but it's in a university. Medicine. What's medicine? Muhammad Majdi.
Two, liquid or pills doctors give to ill people to make their better.
To make them better. Very good. Spread. The last one. Spread. Yusuf Sami.
Spread, move for one place to answer.
To another. Yes.
To another.
Yes, very good. Now, let's answer this question. Why do people go to coffee houses these days? Why do people go to coffee houses? Hilary.
To meet up with each other and to relax.
To relax, to have a drink. So they go there to drink coffee, to chat with friends, to do business or read newspapers. Where do people get together and socialize nowadays? In the past, they used to get together or socialize in coffee houses. But these days, where do people get together and socialize? Yusuf Muhammad Kamil. Yusuf Muhammad Kamil, yes. Abdullah Mustafa.
معاك أستاذ.
Yes.
Where do people get together and session nowadays?
Socialize. Yes.
In the coffee shop.
Only coffee shops. Munir.
Kuwait is get together in Diwaniyah.
Diwaniyas. They get together and meet in different places, such as coffee houses, malls, clubs, mosques, universities, public parks, or diwaniyas. These are the words you studied today. Cardamom, cordially, decaffeinated, distinctive, espresso, fragrance, hospitality, immediate, import, instant, log on, to enter the internet, log on, pill, quarrel, refill, socialize. Now let's have some exercises for the new vocabulary. Fill in the space with words from the list. Import, instant, distinctive, log on, pill. Mahmoud Muhammad Ahmed.
Why don't you take this? It will active your headache. Bill.
It will alleviate. It make it easy. Yeah.
Bill.
Why don't you? Bill, very good. Why don't you take this bill? It will alleviate your headache. Thank you. 2. Abdurrahman Muhammad Atif.
Nescafe is an instant powdered coffee.
Very good. Instant. Omar Ahmed.
We import most of our electronic devices from Japan.
Very good. Thank you, Omar. Ayub.
I want to log on to the internet. I'd like to check my emails.
Very good. So how can you check your emails? By logging on the internet. Okay. Cardamom, cordially, distinctive, decaffeinated, espresso, fragrance, hospitality. Number one. Ilari.
You are cordially invited to my birthday party.
Thank you. Cordially. يوسف علاء.
يا أستاذ.
Yes.
I always added to add to
teaspoonful of ground
this distinctive.
Distinctive is an adjective. No. Thank you. عبد الرحمن محمد عاطف.
I always add to teaspoonful of ground espresso.
No.
Cardamom.
تنفع espresso no? Cardamom, I think. Cardamom. Okay, number 3. Thank you. Let's check later. Okay, number 3. Muhammad Majdi.
She's got a very
distinctive voice.
Doesn't
have a like. She's very unique in her voice. She's got a very distinctive voice. Thank you. Munir.
Yes. The caffeine has been removed from this kind of tea. It is decaffeinated.
It is decaffeinated. Very good. Number 5. Ayub.
Would you prefer an espresso or a cappuccino?
An espresso, yes, espresso.
Espresso.
Or a cappuccino. Thank you. Number 6. Muhammad.
This is a brand new for men to smell. This is a brand new fragrance.
Fragrance for men. Its smell is terrific. Very good. Last one, number 7. Let's see. Yusuf Sami.
The Kuwaiti people show their guests great hospitality.
Hospitality. Very good. Last exercise. Last one. Fill in with words from the list. Immediate, quarrel, refilled, socialize. Let's see. Ilari.
I tend to not with my colleagues quarrel with my colleagues. I am sociable by nature.
I tend
to
socialize here. You are very tame, not to quarrel. So I tend to socialize. I am sociable by nature. I like to talk to my colleagues. Do you like to quarrel with them? Ilari?
No.
You don't like. Okay, thank you. Yusuf. Okay, Mina Samah.
He refilled my glass because it was empty.
Yes, very good. Refilled. Number 3. Thank you. Munir.
This problem needs immediate solution. Otherwise, it will
escalate. It will become worse. Very good. Last one. Number 4. Muhammad Majdi.
They seem to have picked up their
quarrel. Just quarrel. Last one, right? They seem to have patched up their quarrel. Maybe they have resolved this problem. Right, thank you. Now, I'm going to turn off or stop recording.